Welcome to Plain Jane Sports, the best sports talk show forever. All right, so I gots to give my 2 cents on this whole situation about everybody saying that the owner didn't want Shedeur. Listen to Big Vic. All right, y'all is blowing this out of proportion. I think a lot of people was blowing this out of proportion for clicks and views, but I watched that press conference from beginning to end. Right, I watched it from beginning to end. It's a lot of things in there I want to talk about, especially with the stadium. But let's pause on Shedeur for example, right? So here's the reason why I say y'all is tripping saying that the owner didn't want Shedeur, right? So first thing first, his praise of Shedeur seemed legit and sincere. He praised the rookies. He praised a lot of people. And a lot of people gonna say, yeah, about he's supposed to do that. He the owner and blah blah blah. But no, he's been quoted of saying a lot of stuff that wasn't politically correct, right? He said Shedeur was a good pick at 144, right? So I know in my head, if I'm investing money in something. Right now, I think the reason why they said Shedeur was a good pick was because they didn't want him to make more money than his NIL money. Because once he got his rookie contract, that was more than his college money. Then his next contract is going to be ridiculous, right? But back to the owner though. What I think he was saying really, when it was directly about Shedeur, when asked about the narrative of him pushing, and shout out to the reporter who asked Jimmy this question, but the reporter asked, he said, Jimmy, nation, and I'm a paraphrase, nationwide, there's a tone or a rumor that you forced the GM's hand. And basically he said no, but he gave more insight. And what he was saying was that uh I think, first of all, I think he answered the question the way he answered it to protect everybody and to protect the process, right? But I think he was mostly saying that on Friday night he wouldn't have never guessed that Shedeur would still be on the board. And they'd be stupid not to draft Shedeur in the 5th round for a few reasons, right? For the talent that you get, for the pedigree, right? For the ticket sales, for everything. And most importantly, you don't have to pay him 1st round, 2nd round money, especially lottery or top 2 pick money, right? That them trading the top 2 pick was really, to me, in my opinion, a way for them to save money in the future. Meaning that we can get, I won't say diamond in the rough players, but we don't have to get the really, 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 really good players. We could get the B2 players, right? Or the A- players and still win. So overall, right, I think Jimmy Haslem isn't scared to go against the grain, and that's why he okayed drafting Shedeur. I think maybe it was interest from the coach, from the GM, and from the owner for Shedeur. But remember, Jimmy Haslem isn't, how can you say, very popular with other owners because of the Deshaun Watson contract, the guaranteed 230. But I do believe, now this is going to kind of get conspiracy, I do believe that there was some sort of collusion against quarterbacks and against players in general being drafted, because these players is making rookie salary in college. And when you making rookie salary in college, then your actual rookie contract you're going to demand 10, 15, 20% more because you've already made that money already. Right. So the owners is looking at this situation like this is a lose-lose. We already got players wanting more and more money every single year, and you got to pay it if you want to compete. And then you got players coming in as rookies making tons and tons of money, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% more than what they would have been making 20 years ago, 30 years ago. The owner's like, no, we ain't having it. But I kind of got off my notes, but I think I covered everything. I apologize for bouncing around, but for sure, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Um, if any content creators out there upload a video, tag me with your response and let me know what you think. Thank y'all for checking out this episode of the best sports talk show ever, Plain Jane Rowley. Peace, everybody. I'm out.